I'm in Hall 5 at the EVS stand with Jan. Jan, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much for having me.
So, we're at the LiveCeption booth. So, for those who might not be familiar, just explain and give us a little bit of background just to the origins of LiveCeption.
Yeah. So, EVS started a few years ago, expanding the portfolio very drastically. So we started off with, let's say, the server business doing replay and highlights. But when asset management was added to the portfolio, and also with the acquisition of the former Axon for the media infra part, we started to basically segment the different portfolios into categories. One of these categories is LiveCeption. So LiveCeption is everything which you normally consider to being on a truck. Yeah. So that's replay servers, the remote control, the X-file for the import and export of data. These products used in LiveCeption, like the servers, are also reused in other solutions which we call, for example, MediaCeption, where the same servers do the ingest, but the main application is more media asset management. So in the end, we mix and match our portfolio to serve the markets better and have certain names, basically to have an umbrella to guide customers into the right market application for that. But in the end, what EVS most normally, let's say after 30 years now, is known for is the LiveCeption part, which is doing the replays and highlights on trucks, but also now more and more in the sports broadcast centers, for example, which are emerging. Yeah.
And what is new with LiveCeption for IBC 2024?
So this year, the main focus for us is expanding the generative AI creative part of things. So with the portfolio we of course have a very reliable server, we can do replays. So this is kind of our motto this year is, this is not a replay. So we're much more than a replay company. In addition to that, we want to create more content with, let's say, the same kind of operators, with the same user community, but also creating a different value for operators and for producers. So the extra motion, which is known now in the market very broadly, which is used in major events, so to speak, is transforming, for example, single-phase cameras into 3x super motion cameras just by using generative AI. This has been in the market for over 2 years now and is widely accepted, which is very good because it diminishes, let's say, sometimes angles where you cannot have a super motion cameras or you don't have the budget to doing this. And this, let's say, generative AI suite is now enhanced with new effects. So one effect is what we call the shallow depth of field, so these cinematic lenses. So these lenses and the technology behind that is very specific and sometimes also very expensive. So what we can do with our solution is give the operators the chance to create this shallow depth of field over a replay sequence to enhance basically the visuals of that. But we cannot only, let's say, create blur on pictures, we can also de-blur pictures. So, for example, if we extra motion a certain clip, cameras in a fast-moving environment, they create motion blur. To get away with that motion blur and basically put it out of a picture, we have a different effect, which is called de-blurring. So we can use this effect to really sharpen replays, which is not only good for the visuals itself, but it also is good for advertisers, because now the advertising, like on a ball, on an LED in the back, is much more visible due to this effect, so we diminish the de-blur. We have a lot of these effects in the pipe, and by the end of the year, all of these will be released into a general availability.
Fantastic. And this is an important year for EVS as well, so you're celebrating your 30th anniversary.
Yes, correct. So basically for EVS, every even year is very special because we have big events coming up, a Euro, World Cup, big events this year like Paris. But this year is very special because we turned 30. And it's really crazy to see where this company started like 30 years ago and where we are now, still are number one in leading replays and highlights, but also having expanded the portfolio. And when we see at the booth how many people we attract still after 30 years wanting to celebrate with us, so that's a very nice thing to see, and we're looking forward to celebrating with all of our customers during the IBC.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks so much for talking to me, and yeah, best of luck with the rest of the show.
Cool, thanks.